Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, it does not cost you anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is the Magician card. Mercury, Hermes, the trickster, the juggler. This is the performer. This is the star of the show, right? So we're going to have to put that into some context. That is a lot of things. Mercury wears many, many hats. This card could be about you learning new things. It could be about you taking what you already know and applying it. Right. This could be talking about a more focused communication, a more focused concentration on what matters to you. Let's see what we got. 4 of Cups. There's some effort. You're putting effort into something, trying to get this emotional stuff moving. Okay. This is kind of an ice cube. It's frozen, and we're trying to melt it just with our thoughts. You know. Tower. Okay. 4 of Wands here. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles. And now we've got that Ace. Now, with the Ace is kind of our magic wand, right? This is our fire. This is our will. This is one. This is a unity. This is a single concentrated laser beam of intention, right? We put it here in that creative energy. We get that creative energy moving. We put it here, we melt this ice, we get that water moving. We put it up here, and we turn this 3, this potential energy, this potential creation into something solid, right? We make it a 4, we make it stable. We manifest something. So what I'm kind of feeling here is that you've got this magic wand, you've got this laser beam of creative will and intention, and I feel like you're putting it on this situation. You're putting it into a situation that really is not serving your purposes. Okay? It's kind of the odd card out here. So let's do a few more. Now, see, now we got a 3. 7 of Cups. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on here. 2 of Swords makes sense. And then Knight of Wands at the end. What I'm feeling is that you've got this really wonderful creative energy. You've got all the skill and ability to focus your will. You're working on something big. You're working on a big project in life. You really want to do things. You're working on your manifestation. You're working on this huge, unbelievably great goal. But at the same time, some of your effort, some of your attention is being focused on this, and I don't think this is really helpful. This is us focusing on something that really isn't contributing to our bigger picture. So it almost feels like this is some energy that's being wasted, perhaps. You know? We're focusing on this situation because we don't want it to end. We don't want to lose it. We've got that tower underneath us. We feel like if we lose this 4 of Cups, it's gonna upset the entire balance. Our whole life is gonna be flipped and turned upside down. But with the 7 of Cups here, this is the position of the environment. And these 2 cards, the environment and what's underneath you, these 2 cards are very much related. This is within, and this is the environment, right? This is kind of how you feel or what is going on internally, and this is the reality of the situation outside of you. It feels like this is a swamp. This is a quicksand. And we're focused our attention on this situation. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a friendship, maybe this is, I don't know. Whatever this is, it's something that has an emotional tie to you. So it could be a relationship or a family issue or, something with a friend or I don't know. But it's kind of dragging you down. It's kind of a situation that the more we struggle, the more we focus on it, the kind of more stuck we get. The more maybe this is other people's drama too, right? It's some entanglement. It's some frozen water energy, and you're trying to focus your attention on this. But what that's doing, like I said, is taking your necessary energy away from your creative process with this huge, unbelievably great goal that you have, this long-term, bigger picture project that you're doing, So the Tower with that Seven of Cups is saying, yeah, this does need to go. We do want the Tower energy to take care of this for us, right? And I think we'll get over here to this Three of Cups. We'll feel a relief. And I don't usually say things like this in a reading, but it feels like Spirit's telling you, don't put your effort into that. It's a distraction. It is almost a waste of your attention, a waste of your efforts, a waste of your concentration. Let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's from the Rider-Waite-Smith. We're going to put it here, Robo-Duck, right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? I think we should do it together. It's always good to exercise our intuition. Let's make it interactive. I think it'll be fun. So let's look around the room here. We realize we've only got these two major arcana cards. We've got the Magician and the Tower. Now, the Magician is certainly capable of preventing the Tower from crumbling down, but it's kind of like, where are we going to put our magic wand? Where are we going to focus our attention? On preventing the downfall or the removal or the decay or the crumbling, the destruction, really, of something something that's kind of locking us up anyway? Or is this something that's much easier by just putting our attention on our stuff, on our work, on what's meaningful to us, and just let this do its own thing. Let this fall by its own gravity, But this is the choice, the Two of Swords. The choice is yours what to do with this Mercury energy, this Magician energy. See, the Magician has the focus, has the concentration, but it's kind of like all of your resources going to one direction or the other. You power up the laser, and all of its energy can go that way only. You can't have a laser unless you use mirrors, or I don't even know. But you can't have a laser that's going full power in two different directions. You need two lasers, right? But we know that our attention is only focused on one thing. I think the human mind can you can focus on like 4 or 5 things at once, I think they say. But in this case, we only have the effort, we only have the attention for one big picture, right? And I think Spirit is saying that this particular thing, this kind of, and I hate to say it, but this little 4 cups over here, is taking necessary energy away from your bigger picture, okay? And it's kind of acting as a 7 of Cups, as a bit of a quicksand. So we've got fire, fire, fire. We've got water, water, water. A little bit of air. A little bit of air. And we don't have any earth energy except for the 3. The 3 is still in that potential form. It's something that hasn't materialized yet. So this is where you need to put your energy, right? We want to materialize this. This is your big picture. This is at the top of the path of the dove. It's what's right above you. It's always there. The 4 of Wands in the background. See, we have 2 4s here. And I feel like it's kind of, it's reinforcing this idea that, okay, this is something that's run its course. This is a completed cycle. This thing has arrived, it's materialized, it's a 4. It's not really meant to progress much further than this. You can try to force it, you can put your attention on it and try to get it moving, but the only place it's going to go is kind of deeper into the swamp. Okay, deeper into the swamp. But what we see, if we take energy away from this issue, then maybe we're left with the 3 of Cups. I feel like it's a relief. It's a lighter feeling. You're going to feel better having separated yourself from that thing. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I don't need to speculate. Sometimes the 4 of Wands is the loose ends. Taking care of those loose ends and really kind of like cutting the cord on something. Really kind of letting it go. It's served its purpose. I can't be part of that anymore. It's time to move on from that. Right? But again, kind of what it feels like you're doing is putting a lot of effort into something that's kind of already been packaged up and shipped off, It's already been closed. It's already a cycle that's completed, but we're trying to breathe more life into it. We're trying to save it from the natural process of kind of the decay, the falling away, and the recycling of energy and that sort of thing. The Towers are scary cards, right? It feels, especially since this is down inside of us, right, underneath the surface, it feels like the loss of this thing, the separation from this relationship or this idea or this desire or whatever it is going to upset the whole life. It almost feels like our whole life is based on that connection or on that relationship. And, I don't know that to be true. I feel like that's how you experience it because this card's down below. But what we see down below on the path of the Serpent is the 3 of Cups. So I kind of feel like we're expecting this to be very devastating. But we're going to be pleasantly surprised at how good we feel, And it's almost like we feel a little bit guilty for feeling good. You feel a relief. It's almost, now we feel thankful and almost happy to be done with this. Okay? So if we take our attention away from the 4 of Cups, right? We take our attention away. We're kind of doing a little bit of arithmetic here. Then the 4 becomes a 3, right? And I think that's what we see over here. And now we're back with the 3 and the 3. The 3 of Pentacles is the potential for that bigger picture. This is something that you're still working on. You're still trying to manifest this. Right now, this is still in a potential form. It is unmanifest, but we're getting closer, but we've got to put some attention on it. We've got to give it 100%. Okay? Because we add that ace to it and we get the 4, and we get the 4, kind of in a, we're applying that will and that attention to something that is meaningful and important to us. Not that this isn't, right? Not that this isn't meaningful and important to you. But I guess it brings us to the 2 of Swords. The decision is yours. I mean, obviously the tarot's not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But it's feels like, looks like from here that we're trying to breathe life into something that is frozen solid, that is already it's already done, it's already ended, right? But we're trying to revive it, we're trying to resuscitate it, rather than letting it kind of take its natural course, okay? And especially with the 7 of Cups in the environment, it connects all of this together. And, it seems like this is a situation or a relationship or a desire or a feeling even, that is not conducive, that is not helpful to our bigger picture. But the decision is yours, and the 2 of Swords is kind of that card that says it's not really an intellectual decision. We could weigh the pros and cons, and give me any 2 options, I'll be able to convince you of either one. That's what the mind does. I can make 10 reasons why you should stay in that Four of Cups. I can give you 10 reasons why you should focus your efforts on your Three of Pentacles. And you do that too. You can, and if it's, the mind is going to say, oh, wait, it's out of balance. I better think of a few more reasons to bring it even again, because then we're not making a decision. Right? That's what the mind's going to try to do. So it's not an intellectual exercise. It's not trying to find the most reasonable solution. It has to come from inside. It has to come from that intuition. Yeah. Because this card transcends the duality of thought. There's that moon, that crescent moon up at the top there, showing the connection with the psychic energy. So we have to feel, we have to know and sense our way forward, and not just intellectually reason it out. We don't need the pros and cons list. It's a waste of time. It's going to be equal. You see that trope a lot in shows and movies, right? Where somebody does a pros and cons list and they still can't decide. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Sometimes it helps us after the fact to justify our decisions. And that's kind of, I think, what we're really looking for. That's what the mind believes anyway. The mind believes that you already want something. And so it's going to make that pros and cons list to favor the thing it thinks you want. Okay? And so it's almost like we've already decided. So now we're trying to get the mind to give us that justification. But of course we end up arguing with ourselves, and we try to make it equal. Because we don't want to make a decision usually, right? And that's why this card, the Two of Swords, is in the position of what you don't want. You don't want to have to decide. So we're formulating a lot of reasons why this is absolutely necessary, or why we can do both at the same time. And this is all, again, no one's telling you the right or wrong of any of it. Just showing the energy, talking it through, and really the Knight of Wands at the end is you doing what's right and committing yourself to a direction. Now, if you look at that Knight of Wands, the horse, the rider, and the Ace of Wands are all going in the same direction. The mind, the body, and the will are going in the same direction. You can't have a mind going one way, a body going the other, and a heart that doesn't know what to do. You can't have, you can't be riding a horse, the horse wants to go this way, but I want to go that way. And we've got to find a way to bring it together, to everybody to be in agreement, right? Our spirit, our mind, our body, our soul to just be committed to a particular path. The horse and the rider have to be one unit, have to trust each other. And this is the hard thing, but this is ultimately what needs to happen here. And I don't know what your big plan is, your bigger picture is, because right now we're only seeing it in a Three of Pentacles form. It could be that there's really not been a lot of steps taken on this yet. Or it could be. There's a couple ways to look at it. We could say that this is your big plan, your big project, the bigger picture, but still in potential form. That what we want to do is start materializing this, but we're stuck here. If you take this away, then you can start materializing this. This is kind of keeping you from putting in the necessary steps to get this thing built, whatever it is. Alternatively, we look at the Three of Pentacles and we think that this is the mind, the heart, the body, all having to work together. This is the blood, sweat, and tears that this project already requires. It could already be in motion, right? Could already be in motion. I look at the Three of Pentacles, I think this is one of those drones, with the fans on the bottom. And we understand that these fans have to be all powered up, and they have to all be spinning at the same speed, the same RPM, if this thing's going to lift off, right? And not just kind of flop over. So this requires a lot of our effort. So we know what it takes to get this thing off the ground, or to keep it off the ground if it's already in motion, right? We know what it takes. And so we know that, unfortunately, this is one of those situations where it might be this is keeping us down. This is making us not have the necessary RPMs on all these fans here, right? And so we're not able to keep this afloat or even get it off the ground if our attention is still here. Because this is something that I think it's an emotional attachment for sure. And I think it's taking a lot more of your energy and time and space and will than you realize. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card now. Maybe this will help us see a different angle of things. Give us a different message, maybe. Let's see. If you have a prediction, I want you to put it down in the comments. I don't want to give my input. You know, I kind of have an idea of what it's going to be, but I don't want to say. We'll look at it first, and then I'll tell you what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. I was thinking it'd be a 5, because that ace going into either of these 4s is going to have some movement, right? And what we needed was that movement. We see the movement here in the Knight of Wands at the end. We need that movement. This is some movement that says, to me anyway, it says move on from this. And it's a difficult thing to do, to move on from this. But I feel like it's already ended, but we're hanging on. Yeah. This is also the card, really, that shows the effort in this 3 of Pentacles. We add the ace to it, we get the 4. The next logical step, 4, we get a 5. That's kind of the more progress. That now this thing is off the ground, and it's really picking up speed. So not only do we put our effort into that, and we get it off the ground, it achieves liftoff, right? But now it's making progress at a faster pace. It's going from that 3 to that 4, you know, and then into that 5 energy. And the 5 energy is movement. So this is, I think, very obviously, on the face of it, it's saying move on from that situation. But this is also saying that get your big life goals a-moving, you know, get those plans moving forward as well. And I think one kind of implies the other. You do one, the other one is already going. Okay? We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around for the extended, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sundays. A lot of bonus readings for you. I feel like you're going through a lot of energy changes right now. A lot of transformations, a lot of big things happening, and a lot of little things happening too. It's a lot, right? And I feel that. I understand that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.